Welcome back to the kitchen. One of the things that I don't exactly jump up and down for joy about this do-it-yourself pedal business is what I would call the final wiring. See here, this is a finished circuit. It's working. Now I have the challenge of getting this all in the box and then connecting it to the stop switch. This is a 3P-DT stop switch, and all the true bypass pedals use these. Now, you can see it's got 9 connectors. It's kind of tight in there. What I do, I'll get a wiring diagram and then begin the long process of kind of like looking at what I got, looking at the computer. I always screw some stuff up. I get the input and the output confused all the time. And then, I've developed some tricks like using a file to rough up these connectors, using flux on here. Maybe the solder will stick. Anyway, I recently did a demo for this company, Vick Audio, just an outstanding company. And he, on vickaudio.com, he sells these 3P-DT PCB. This is a little circuit board, and your switch mounts on here. You solder the switch in there, and then all of the outboard connections are provided on here. They're all clearly labeled. So you don't even really need that diagram. You just solder the wires in where they go around here, and you're done. I've been doing it wrong. Surprise, surprise. Yeah, and he's got a slot for an LED here. Also, the pads for the resistor. That when I get to that point with this or the LED, it's like, oh man, maybe I'm hungry. How about a ramen? Maybe a little Angry Birds, Star Wars action. And then, it's like a week later, the thing's still laying here. This is going to really help speed the process. Having everything labeled where I don't even have to fire up the computer and go get the wiring diagram, and this is excellent. And I just wanted to show you this. This is one of his builds. You can see he utilizes these boards himself. How neat is that? See, the wires are twisted pair and they go right out to the input and the output. They're not any longer than they need to be. Here's a circuit board. Now, I built one of these. This is his take on a color sound, one knob fuzz. I built one last year, and it was noisy. I liked the pedal, and we used it, but I ended up having I bought a Boss NS2 noise suppressor it was used. It was like $30 from Guitar Center, and then I ended up getting this, and it's got more fuzz, it's got more gain, and it's quiet. So, anyway, hats off to Vick Audio. These PCBs are excellent. I'm going to be using these on all of my builds. Everything I build is true bypass. This is an incredible time saver. I'd also think, it's going to lend to durability. And also, maybe even, this is a dual-sided circuit with a ground pour. And just like if I copy the way his layout, the way he's done this, with the twisted pairs and keeping everything exactly as long as it needs to be, as opposed to the willy-nilly where I was kind of overwhelmed going back and forth and screwing stuff up and redoing it. Some of my earlier stuff, and even the recent stuff, it just doesn't look anything half as neat as this. And besides looking neat, grounding it all like this and just the way this is done, I'm guessing it's not gonna hurt. So a little bit more about this Vick Audio company. So far, I don't see any cons. The pricing is very affordable for what you get. The artwork on this stuff is fantastic. The finish on it is excellent. It's all high quality components, handmade stuff. I've been around this business for a while, and one thing that's important to me is communication. And the guy is definitely, he's a good egg, There's a lot of these companies that they just won't deal with it. You try to contact them, or they're flakes. Actually, he has a Facebook and vickaudio.com, and you can like commission a custom. Recently on Facebook, this guy it was a rat, and I think it was like a clown or something, and then a tube screamer in this chassis, and it had this, I forget his name, Pepe Le Pew. It's a little Mexican mouse. It's like a little Spanish rodent with a sombrero. It had him on there, and it was painted up like the Mexican flag with like matching knobs. It was just absolutely beautiful. this crazy Frito Bandito rat thing that he put together for somebody. So, like I said, Vick Audio, look for more excellent stuff from him. Actually, he was featured on Reverb.com. He was their pedal builder of the year. And recently, I know I sound like I'm like in bed with the guy and all this, but if you take a look on Reverb, he just got his 100th review, and he got 2 4-star reviews and 98 5-star, which is the top review. That's as high as they go on Reverb. So I'm not necessarily whistling Dixie out the old yin yang here. Vick Audio, it is awesome stuff. These boards are excellent. If you're building this stuff and you're not using these, take a look. Check it out. VickAudio.com. They're only $1. And actually, there's a discount. Like if you get like 20 of them, I think they're like 80 cents or 90 cents. And you know, if you keep going, you know, the first one's free. You know how the bulk discount works. So listen, I got to get going. I'm going to make another quick video here. I'm kind of playing hooky, trying to get some stuff done. I really should be working on. I'm going to do another like a goofy, like silly demo that I'm going to do for this 13 fuzz. So special thanks to Vick Audio. Thanks to you guys for supporting the channel. And peace, and keep on hacking, guys.